Welcome back
to
to I Did This Instead of Killing Myself, everyone. A stand-up comedy. This is what I always say. Stand-up comedy podcast based in Astoria, New York. I'm David Bakker. This is Alexis Ramirez. You know Alexis.
What? No, they don't.
Yeah. Oh, of course they do. Everybody knows. It's the what's the date? November
26th and a half.
27th. This comes out on the 27th.
It comes out and it's the 27th right now.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Yeah. I always say something nice like, yeah, I hope you're having a good start to It's the same shit.
Oh my God. Guys.
How's your Monday morning going? Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Did you leave it in the comments?
Leave it in the comments. Smash that like button.
Smash that like.
Subscribe if you haven't.
Yes.
Yeah. What'd you do this Thanksgiving, Alexis?
I made mac and cheese and someone that said that they were gonna come didn't show up.
Dean, what the fuck? There's no chance Dean clicked on this, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Love you, Dean. Just kidding.
We're just kidding, Dean.
Yeah. Yeah. And I had a good Thanksgiving at home. Yes, it was good.
With his Christian family.
And it was great. It was really fun. Went to
Turkey trot.
Turkey trot. Oh yeah. Yeah. Thank you for saying. Yeah, I ran an 8K and I almost beat my little brother.
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Right, but I actually have a theory that he cheated because as we were starting the race, he got
a head start.
Well, no, he said he had to go to the bathroom right before the start of the race. So then we got in line, and then we didn't see him again until the end, and he beat me by a few seconds.
Suspicious.
My mile time was 8 minutes and 30 seconds.
We all wanted to know
What's your best mile time? Put it in the comments. What's the fastest you've ever ran a mile?
I ran a mile in high school. I did like 5:45.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, way.
Really?
Yeah.
That's faster than anything I've ever done.
Because I'm shorter and smaller and better than you in every way.
Yep. I bet I could beat you now.
Oh, yeah. You could definitely beat me now.
After
There's a lot weighing me down now.
Yeah. Vaping.
Vaping.
I quit vaping, but then I relapsed over the vacation.
I gave him that vape.
You did. Yeah. This is Alexis's hand-me-down. But, no correlation to the vaping with the stress of the family. That was nothing to do why I started doing it again.
Yes, he was not stressed to be around his family.
No.
Because David loves his family.
I do, of course. Yeah. No, it was seriously fuck. I don't even want to think we're joking. It was great.
It was great.
Saw Napoleon.
Dude, I FaceTimed it. He FaceTimed me.
I FaceTimed you.
Yeah. And his family was super nice. They were all like, hey.
Yeah, they're awesome.
And I was like, fucking, you guys don't even know me. Why are you talking to me?
No, it's very sweet. You're part of the family, even via FaceTime. So you were going to come. You were going to come to my family Thanksgiving, but it didn't work out.
It didn't.
Yeah. Instead, you stayed here and got my car impounded. Which is a funny
story. Not on purpose.
Yeah.
Not on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I feel like a piece of shit for that, though.
No, it's my fault.
It's both of our faults.
Yeah. I have 20 unpaid parking tickets, and then Alexis parked my car.
Wrong. I parked his car wrong, and I am wrong for not knowing how to park.
This intro's kind of formal, don't you think? Do you feel like this is like Regis and Kelly, and we're like trying to banter?
Can you be Kelly? I'll be Regis?
Sure, that's fine. I think Regis is dead.
Damn. Fuck yes. I'm Regis.
Well, okay. So this is a different comics episode.
Yes.
So this is a great episode. We just listened to some of it. It's amazing. This comic is great.
Dude, he's so funny.
Right. So we're going to hype up our guest, and we have notes.
We have two pairs of notes because we're not good at sharing either of us.
Exactly. It's better. So
who's the guest? Who's the guest?
Our guest today is Matt Miller.
Matt Miller.
I'm gonna put his face right here, I think.
Oh my God, I'm fucking his face with my hand.
Yeah, Matt.
Matt.
That's probably mean our hands will be behind it, I think.
Oh, okay, good.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
Matt Miller. Okay. He just recovered from COVID.
Thank God.
Yep. So we was originally gonna be out earlier, but he just recovered from COVID. So Matt Miller is that? Do you want to read that first part?
Matt Miller is technically a Jew and a stand-up comedian growing up in a working-class family in Long Island, New York.
Yes, sir.
Along with stand-up comedy, he has a vast background in gay shit. No, it says musical and theatrical performance.
Yes.
So he is well-rounded, which is a good thing in a man.
Yep.
Good thing in a man to be well-rounded.
Absolutely.
Have a little bit of gay stuff, but only like the musical and theatrical kind.
Yep. Little gay stuff. He's an awesome dude. I like Matt ever since I met. He's one of those guys that you can click with like right away.
Yeah.
Super. Like he's unassuming, kind of modest, self-deprecating.
He's got a mustache.
Does he?
I think so.
Okay.
Maybe.
I
might be mixing him up, but I'm pretty sure.
God. Do you even know who this is?
No, I do know who this is. I do know who Matt Miller is, and he
Okay.
has been nice to me every time I've interacted with him, which
Right.
is more than I could say for a lot of people.
Sure.
So
That's good. Yes.
Matt Miller is approved.
100%.
And we got the documents to prove it.
Awesome. We got the documents, like Andy Mango. We got the documents.
That's right.
So on this episode, we get to know Matt. We had a very good conversation. This episode, honestly, please watch the whole thing. It's a long one, but please watch it. We vibe really, really well. We talk about condoms.
Important.
Yeah, and COVID. Well, we talk about COVID and super spreaders for viruses, and super spreaders for STDs. Which
and super spreader is also a term for a woman.
Yes. Spreading an STD?
No, spreading her legs.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, duh. Sorry.
Duh.
Yeah. And we touch on Israel, Palestine for like a second.
It was literally like 1 second. They
right.
brushed over it.
We don't have an opinion.
Yeah.
But if you do, leave it in the comments.
I mean, why would you watch this podcast to get David's Israel-Palestine opinion?
Right. Yeah. You know.
This is a podcast for fun. This is a podcast to get you through your Monday.
Exactly. To not kill yourself. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Then we get into adolescent sex lives. So this
David's
is fun.
favorite topic.
Right. Yeah. Like, if you had a girlfriend and, in high school trying to hide it from mom and dad and sneaking around and getting handies in the movie theater.
Yes.
Watching Dear John. Now, I've never done it, but
allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. I think Matt has. By the way, content warning. This is very filthy episode.
Yes.
So mom and dad, if you're listening, maybe if you want to know, proceed. But it's fine.
mean, if you want to ruin Christmas,
yeah.
listen to this episode. If not,
it'd probably be good for us, honestly. But anyway,
David really wants to talk about his parents' sex lives so bad.
More on that later.
You cut that out.
No, it's fine. This intro's getting too long already. We gotta.
Fuck. Okay.
Okay. What else do we talk about?
He talked about Mormon soaking.
Mormon soaking.
It's a loophole that maybe some people don't know about.
A loophole for sexual purity in the Mormon Church.
Yes, which they touched on that.
Yep. And then we talk about Matt's grandfather, who is
a fucking G.
A stud.
He's a fucking
this guy's
OG.
Had sex with 300 women.
Dude, and I believed him. When he was telling the story, I was like, yeah, his grandpa fucked.
Yep. Yep, for sure. Reignited with a flame from his high school girlfriend after his first divorce, and just all around stand-up guy.
I would have fucked him if he would. Listen, I'd fuck your grandpa, Matt, if he was still around.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%. And then, what's the last one, Alexis?
Oh, so there's a little bit of wisdom in this episode, because Matt Miller worked at a deli, and his manager told him, he told him this is the best advice he ever got, and it was why you should bang everything you can.
Yes, have as much sex as possible.
Dude, everyone should be having sex with everyone as long as they're 18.
Sure.
You should stick something in that person.
Okay. Yes. So that's the words of wisdom. There's a bunch of other stuff too.
Yes.
Went a long time. I think hour 45 plus this intro. So yeah, it's a good episode.
It's a great episode. 2 hours of your Monday.
Yep.
Can be filled with sex and and fun convos.
Yep.
And
Yep. That's it, I think.
Dude.
So
enjoy the episode.
Enjoy
guys.
the episode. And I do because I used to shout out the South Carolina shows. Keep supporting Greenville comedy. Follow Greenville SC Comedy on Instagram.
Yes.
Local shows. They're still doing awesome stuff. We still love you.
Dude.
I
love you guys.
You. I don't call enough.
Dude.
We'll be back soon.
Someone hold us to gunpoint and make us call.
Yeah. You call better. You call more than I do.
I do call.
Mm-hmm.
I try to call.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so hard.
You're lonely.
I'm so lonely, guys.
Me too. That's fine.
David hits me.
Fuck off. Jeez.
David keeps me locked in the closet. He won't let me out.
All right. 10 minutes. That's too long. That's
Fuck. Cut some of this out.
No, it's fine. It's good. Well, thank you guys for listening, supporting the show. Share it. Tell a friend.
Like it.
Like it.
Send a letter about this podcast to someone.
Email me, davidbaker7@gmail.com.
Email David. Don't email me.
Don't email
I don't check my email.
Yeah. And follow Matt Miller. He's a hilarious comic. He's performing around the city.
Yeah.
He does a lot. He does a lot with Tight Pants comedy. Awesome
yeah,
dude.
Check out Tight Pants.
Book him on your shows if you're listening to this.
No one book him, actually.
Well,
no,
book us too, but book him.
Book him and then book us.
Yep. All right. Well, is that good? Good job. That's good.
Good job, Matt.
All right. Thanks so much, guys, and hope you enjoy the interview with Matt. Have a great week. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Welcome to the podcast room.
Welcome.
Yes.
It's my first time here, but welcome.
Matt.
What's up, buddy?
Mr. Matt.
That's me.
Yes.
That's me all day.
Freshly recovered.
Yeah.
From the COVID.
I had COVID.
He got COVID late.
I had COVID. It was, I don't know. Did you ever have it?
No.
You never had it the whole time?
Not that I know of.
Oh, well, you were in you were in North Carolina?
It didn't exist.
Yeah, it didn't exist there, so you were good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the second time I had it.
Yeah.
And it really was not bad. It's really just, it's like a cold.
Yeah.
It's like a cold, except I couldn't go near my grandmother or,
Just a cold?
It was like I had a sore throat and like sniffles.
Okay.
It was gay, honestly. it was nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing to write home about.
So, by this point it feels like there's been so many variants now. Like this version now is
I don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
This one. I don't even know.
Yeah.
It's just they name them. It's like hurricanes. It's like how they name hurricanes.
Yeah. And they just get weaker and weaker.
Yeah.
And all it really did was minor inconvenience. So you're good?
Yeah, I'm good now. But it's just, there's like a moral obligation to like I can't be around people.
Yeah.
Or else I'm a super spreader. Or else I'm a spreader.
Yeah, you're an asshole.
Unless I'm a spreader. I used to like have a joke like that because I would just go up on stage. Like when we first started coming out of COVID, I'd go on stage and I'd look at everyone. I just go, "What's up, my spreaders?" And it was like, It was usually like
people
that.
Laugh,
people like that. No, people like that.
Did they tense
people
up
like
all,
that?
or?
I'm like, yeah, you should all be fucking ashamed of yourselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy time.
Have you heard of the term super spreader used in the context of STDs?
No.
I heard of that. Well, one guy used it, so I don't know if it's a thing.
Yeah.
But he said, yeah, this girl, she has herpes, and she's a super spreader. She doesn't tell anyone she has it.
Yeah, I knew a few super spreaders in college. I knew a few. Some might say I was one. Yeah, some might say I was one.
Oh,
no,
I do.
I wrapped it up. I was wrapped it up. You got to wrap up most of the time.
Yeah.
You wear condoms?
Yeah.
No, that was you paused. You were like,
The pause was because my parents and I don't really talk about if they watch this show or not. So.
Oh, okay.
Dude, isn't that weird though?
What?
My parents don't really know about my sex life because of the evangelical upbringing. You can't talk about it because it's awkward. So
you're 30.
35.
You're a 35-year-old man.
Yeah. I tried to talk.
I feel like if you didn't have sex, then they'd be like worried.
Yeah.
Right.
No, there's like three options. You're either gay,
right,
having sex, or a fucking loser.
Or a loser. Yeah.
And maybe the third one is,
maybe
they think that. Maybe they think I never meet girl. Never.
I feel like if you have a son, you're like, dude, I want him to.
Yeah.
I want my son to fuck.
Eventually.
I want my son to be fucking.
I mean, the only way to thread the needle, I feel like, to get away from like the awkwardness of like what it is like, okay, if you get married at 23 to the nice Christian girl in the hometown, then it's like, well, they're having sex to have a kid, and we don't have to have any uncomfortable thoughts about what our son may or may not be up to.
Right? Just not in my home.
Just not in my home.
When you come home to visit,
the Lord wants us to procreate. They can sleep in the same room.
Sleep in the same room.
Don't want to know any of the details.
Have 7 kids. How many siblings do you have?
4. So
you have 4. Yeah, that's very.
Yeah.
It's very Christian.
We've talked about this, but remind me, do you have one sibling?
I have a brother.
That's right.
I have a brother. Yeah. Yeah, we're Jewish. We don't.
Jewish.
We don't do big families.
That's great.
Yeah,
I love Jewish.
It is great.
I love.
Yes.
I love the Jews.
Yes. That's good. That's good.
Unless you're pro-Palestine, then fuck you.
Unless I'm pro-Palestine or pro-Israel. I don't know. I don't know if we should get into that.
I do not care. I'm too lazy to even follow that.
Yeah.
No, I love the Jews, seriously.
Yeah. Who doesn't?
But, yeah.
Well, a lot of people, actually. A lot of people, actually. Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. Who doesn't? I don't know. A lot of people, I don't know. There's a lot of people, they say we control the weather, which I don't know. If we controlled the weather, we probably wouldn't. I feel like we wouldn't make things so humid. We wouldn't make things so cold. I feel like Jews, we like a nice warm climate.
For sure. Unless you're trying to sweat everybody else out.
And
then your underground tunnel cities will take over. I don't know. I don't know what the plan
or the
is.
Space lasers, whatever it is we got
Nah.
going on.
Well,
yeah.
But okay, so Jewish household though, like, so with your parents, what kind of like, like, did they know about your sex life? Like, pretty.
Well,
were they overly religious? Like very like followed the law and that whole thing, or were they pretty chill?
Nah, we're like, my mom's Jewish, like technically that means I'm Jewish, but like
that's right.
But my dad's not. My dad's like Lutheran, like grew up.
Right.
My dad's one of 7 kids.
Right. Okay.
My dad's one of 7 kids. Grew up like a working class neighborhood in Long Island, and then my mom's Jewish. So I mean, they knew. I mean, I was like, I had my first serious girlfriend, I guess, like when I was like 16, 17, and you know, when your son's in his room and the door's closed with his girlfriend, and it's quiet, like something's happening in there. Quiet, right? You know, I mean, my mom had like did say to me like, I hope you're wearing like protection, like I hope you're being safe, and so like she knew, but no, we weren't religious. I mean, we just like celebrated holidays and stuff, and like bar mitzvah or anything like that. We were not. God really did not have a place in my house. It wasn't like a big thing. There was a Christmas tree.
Yeah, that's nice.
There's a menorah, like that's the Jewish candle. thing.
Yeah.
You count the 8 days, but it was. God did not exist in my house. But they had to have known. You know? You got to have like a bunch of girlfriends and stuff. They had to have known I was doing something.
Right. So 16 was the first girlfriend?
16 was like, real. I mean, I had like.
That's about the same time I had a,
I mean, you have like girlfriends that don't mean anything when you're like 13 or whatever.
You just hold hands and kiss
you
on
hold
the cheek
hands and you kiss and maybe you get a hand job in the movie theater. You ever do that?
No.
You ever do the movie theater hand job? You put a jacket over your lap and you get jacked off watching.
I'm trying to think if I ever got one.
Dear John was the movie. So but no, first that was when I guess 16's when
I mean, I do vividly remember like the 16 around the same time where I had a girlfriend where we would start to do stuff.
You fucked her.
No,
you didn't fuck her.
I was a virgin. I stayed a virgin for a very long time.
How long is
25?
25. Is this because your parents might be listening?
I was religious. No, it's all true.
25.
Wow. Yeah, swear to God.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love my, my upbringing in so many ways, but like the sexual repression piece of it is a little tough, But I do distinctly remember the when the girlfriend was over, it was always this awkward thing of like my mom being like, now, like if we were alone watching a movie downstairs in the basement, like because we had the finished basement with the couch, like she didn't like when we laid on the couch together.
Okay.
Spooning position.
Right.
And also the door to the steps downstairs remained open. So you never felt like you had complete privacy or like being alone in the room. Like you live for those times when you could have a place where it would be like, okay, it's just two of us. Like if one of our parents is out of town or, because we do other stuff. We wouldn't do nothing,
So you just
I'm uncomfortable saying this shit.
You're what?
I was weird. I'm uncomfortable saying like what the activities are.
I mean, you don't have to, but I'm just saying you
first base, second base,
third base,
basically everything but
yes, but P and the G,
right?
Yeah.
Yes,
that's fine. I whatever. That's
that's fine.
As long as you're getting some form of
that's
it.
That's good.
That's all.
That's good for healthy.
That's healthy.
To not be weird.
Because
they not do nothing.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, you're on Mormon, but I heard what they'll do is soaking. You heard of this where you just put it in, but you don't move.
What?
And you both just kind of
soaking.
Is
that in the context of marriage for Mormons?
No, when you're not married. So it's a way of getting around doing the actual act of sex where you put it in, put your dick in, and then you just kind of stay still.
But that still is
because it's not thrusting.
But that still is doing sex though. It's still penetration.
I'll make the
rules.
Do
they put it all the way in, or is it just
I mean,
soaking?
If
just
not,
the tip?
yeah. Well, would it be soaking if it was just a little
tip?
bit? You're just soaking it. You're soaking it, man. And then so you soak it, and then you don't move. I can't imagine that being fun at all.
Right.
And then you pull it out, and it's been soaked.
So just for a second, you think, or
I was thinking 5 hours.
Somebody should Google soaking. And,
yeah.
Actually, you know what? I brought my laptop in here for this very purpose.
Google soaking.
Yeah.
The act of.
This podcast hasn't really grown like I'd hoped, but
Yeah, well,
so I can't.
Well, now you got me on here, buddy.
It's
so
gonna blow up, dude.
Fucking.
Yeah.
Gonna go to the moon.
So I can't really afford a producer, but I
Yeah.
have. This is a.
Yeah, you're gonna find weird porn, by the way, looking this up.
Hopefully
looking
not.
up soaking.
Soaking. Mormons. Mormon meaning. Oh,
yeah.
According to Mormon TikTok,
yeah.
soaking is basically penetrative sex without the movement and hip thrusting. Here's how it works.
Yeah.
You've got a couple. Oh, God.
Yeah. Yeah, come on.
You've got a couple. The guy inserts his penis into the vagina and just lies there. He does a sweet FA letting his dick soak. Did that just change your definitions forever? This comes to us from an October 5, 2021 article from the Australian Broadcasting Corporation. What is soaking? The Mormon sex practice that's gone viral.
It's gone viral.
Yeah.
Wow.
And per Wikipedia, soaking serves as a purported loophole to the LDS Church's sexual code of conduct called the Law of Chastity, which states that all sex outside of a marriage. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's just a way of getting around doing the actual. Which I feel like why don't you just do butt stuff at that point?
Yeah, that's the loophole I always heard of was the.
Oh, you heard of it? All right, you didn't.
I didn't
You
participate.
you didn't practice.
No.
You're right.
No.
Yeah.
That was a sorority loophole. They said all the Kappa Kappa Gammas would protect their vaginal virginity by
Right.
saying put it in my ass.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
I think there's a video.
Oh?
There's a parody video. Yeah, it's a comedy video where girls are saying put it in my butt. This is like the filthiest start to a podcast.
Yeah.
You're such a nice
person.
I thought
this is what you get with me, man. This is what makes me tick.
Yeah.
This is what makes me tick.
Yeah.
It's this kind of stuff.
For sure.
Yeah. Sorry to reveal it this way.
No.
But yeah, so
those are fond memories though of those teen years, I think, with the first girlfriend and trying to hide from mom and dad and
Yeah.
experimenting with sex stuff.
Yeah.
Did you feel guilt at all with the sexual acts?
No, no, I didn't. I never felt guilty doing that. It was more I felt guilt like if I got in trouble or like if I smoked pot or something like that. Like because my mom was very like fucking don't want you to smoke pot, which she ended up being right about because I smoked pot all the time after I started. So but I quit. But no, never felt guilt doing stuff with.
That's good.
With girls.
Yeah.
I guess you did.
Yeah. I mean, it gets ingrained pretty early. So you're like, I messed up. But you're like, it's really torturous in some way. I mean, don't get me wrong. I had a super privilege. But, the tension of your body having urges and then another part of your the authority in your life saying that's wrong. Those urges are evil or bad.
Yeah.
And you got to resist.
Yeah.
It's just it's really, I don't know, kind of hard on on kids, I think.
Yeah, especially
to be told
yeah.
you feel you're dirty. You feel
Yeah.
you're bad. And they kind of tell you that from the beginning. They're like, you're a sinner, so you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That's actually who you are fundamentally.
Yeah, and that's definitely hard when you're like 14, 15. All you want to do is just like jack off all the time.
Yeah,
like when you're just like all you want to do.
Right,
like,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. And your body's you can't not have your body go through that unless you take puberty blockers, which, the Christians are against that too.
Yeah, that's
I'm sorry. I'm hating. Wow, this is bad.
No, it's not hating. It's not hating.
Yeah.
That's just a thing you could That would be interesting if they gave you puberty blockers to block out all the sin from coming into your head.
And then you became trans.
But then you became a...
And then they're like, well, now we just have to kill you.
So now, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how Jesus envisioned it.
Right,
actually.
that's God's plan.
That was God's plan. That's God's plan.
No,
yeah.
It's just tough. It's tough, the dogmatic stuff. Because there are good reasons to not have sex with a billion people, probably. You know what I mean? Like
a billion, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
A billion. I feel like once you get past 1 million, just see what you can get it. Just rack it up to whatever you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. My grandpa told me he had sex with 300 women.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Dude, that's so funny. In what context?
We were just talking
Did he just
about.
Tell you that?
We were like, he was dying. He was.
He was like, Matt. Just so you know,
he was like,
before I go, I had sex with 300 women.
He was like, it was towards the end of his life. He died a few years ago. He had lung cancer. He was a tough motherfucker, dude. But it was like I was like 22, 23. Like I was a lot older. I wasn't like a kid, and we were just talking about dating and women and stuff like that. And yeah, he's like, "Did you know that I've slept with 300 women?" And I was like, "No, I didn't. I didn't know that, Grandpa." But I mean, my grandparents were divorced, and he had a wife in Florida and then a girlfriend here on Long Island. Okay. And then he would just fly back and forth.
This was after they'd gotten divorced. Then he had
so he divorced my grandma. Ends up having a girlfriend on Long Island, and then goes to a high school reunion, meets his old high school sweetheart. She lives in Florida. So he has the girlfriend on Long Island and then is just flying back and forth with his old girlfriend from high school. So he's just flying back and forth. He would tell his girlfriend on Long Island, "Yeah, I got a business trip in Florida," and he would just fly to Florida for 3 weeks and then just.
Did the new wife know?
They found out about each other at some point.
Did they care?
I feel like it was one of those like he would just be like, "I'm not seeing her anymore," and they just didn't want to believe that he was cheating. So
so it's just like head in the sand kind of situation.
I mean, when you're in your 70s and 80s, what are you gonna do? I mean, what are you gonna?
Yeah,
you're just.
It's fine. Everybody's just be chill about it.
Yeah,
who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
So he'd just fly back and forth and 1950s.
So those kinks existed in the 50s. Wow, I didn't know.
Come on, you got to imagine the ancient Greeks were doing
I suppose
stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't think about the sex kinks. I need to explore that whole side of history. I wonder.
Yeah. Why don't you?
I don't know. I don't know.
We were taught because
it hadn't occurred to me.
We were taught the wrong things. We were taught the wrong things.
No, but that was a story told to you at the same time that he mentioned the 300
he
women?
He was on his way out of cancer.
Dude, I love this. Have you seen Little Miss Sunshine?
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay, so I think about this scene a lot.
Yeah.
Just because the context of, I don't know. Sometimes I think about it as context for my own life advice or just life advice for people.
Yeah.
But if you remember Little Miss Sunshine, they're driving in the van and the grandfather's in the back.
Yeah.
And he's old as fuck, about to die. Doesn't give a fuck about his life. He's doing drugs and stuff.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he just starts talking and he says, "Fuck a lot of women, Dwayne." He's like, "Dwayne, listen to me. This is the voice of experience talking.
Yeah.
Do not fuck just one woman. Fuck as many women as you possibly can."
Yeah.
He's like, "There's no reason not to."
Yeah.
And then the dad's like, "Dad, stop."
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's like, at the end of the day, you'll be old one day and you'll wish you wish you did more. One guy's opinion. I mean,
that was like what every guy said to me when I was like getting older and like going away to college.
Yeah.
I remember like a boss I had at a deli. Like I was working at a deli and like I was leaving for the summer to go away to college and he was and like I was walking and he's like, dude, bang everything you can. He's like, because he was married, but I don't know. And my uncle told me the same thing. He's like, just anything, bang anything, because But these are all just married guys who are like they can't fuck anyone anymore.
Right.
They just have
or the guy in the van is old.
Yeah, or they're old. And they're just like, just fuck everyone you can.
Right.
It's
I'm
like
sure
I was gonna.
I'm sure it'd be special to have one woman to just only be with her.
Yeah, as you get older, I think now like
you kind of have to. Right?
In my late 20s,
once you age,
then
then you're not desirable anymore. You kind of need.
Yeah. Well, I've heard men get better with age.
Really?
That's what they say. Is that men get better looking with age. I don't know.
Is there a teetering off point?
I don't know.
I wonder what the teetering off point would be.
Yeah, once you start to get
once you hit 70?
70 and you start to like be all crotchety. But I guess when you're in that 60s and you got like the white beard,
right? Like have you seen The Golden Bachelor?
Still shaped like a man, kind of. No, what's that?
What? You haven't seen this?
Golden Bachelor? No.
Yeah, it's this. It's the latest iteration of ABC's The Bachelor, which that show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this version it's all old people. It's all old people.
That sounds
so the
good.
guy is like 70 something, but he looks. I was going to ask you your opinion if he looks attractive, but
I'm sure he looks good.
Yeah, he looks good.
I'm sure he looks good if he's on TV.
Yeah. Alexis, Alejandro, and I were watching The Golden Bachelor this weekend, just because I hadn't seen any episodes. I had seen the promos, but it's the women there were attractive too.
Yeah. You like older?
No, I don't.
No,
I wouldn't have.
It's not your thing.
No.
Yeah.
But they're all in their 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny too because after the first episode, it said this episode is in loving memory of Barbara, who died.
Of course, of Barbara.
She was on the episode and then she died.
She's on the episode and she died. My god.
She didn't get a rose, so.
Oh my god.
Maybe not getting the rose was what. Yeah,
he broke her heart, and she fucking died. She would. Yeah, if he would have picked her, she would have lived for.
It's the only time I've seen where a contestant on the show died within the window of the thing being aired. Like the show's not even over. Like it's still.
Yeah. There's another show. Ink Master. That's like it's just where it's like tattoo artists and they just see who's the best tattoo artist and
I gotcha.
It's hosted by Dave Navarro, the guitar player from Jane's Addiction.
Okay.
But anyway, tattoo artists are many times kind of can be fucked up people.
Yeah.
So so that is another show where people have died, right after the show. I was watching one, and there was one guy who won, and then he just overdosed after or whatever. He just
so it features a lot of tattoo artists.
It's just tattoo art. It's a good show. Okay. It's a good show because they're tattooing people, and you just sometimes they fuck up the tattoo, and that's forever a tattoo, or you gotta get it removed by laser or whatever. Do you have tattoo?
No tattoos.
You don't have tattoos.
Do you?
Yeah, no. I want them.
Yeah.
I want one.
Yeah, I hear you.
But
it's interesting. Yeah, tattoo art is kind of a field where occupational hazards. Those people are maybe at risk of overdosing, dying.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you come right out of prison.
Lives.
You're like, I used to tattoo guys in jail. And
it's a lot of ex-cons.
It's like yeah. I don't know any tattoo artist. I'm just.
It feels like more comedians. More comedians used to die than now. Isn't that strange?
Yeah, it's
comedians are all now sober and trying to work on themselves and mental health and shit. Back in the day, 80s, cocaine, partiers, 90s, Chris Farley. I don't know. Yeah. You don't see any people going off the deep end quite as much. The only example I can think of is Mulaney pretty recently relapsing on coke. Are you familiar with his whole? Did you see his special when he talked about it?
Yeah, I saw him live recently. I saw him and Jon Stewart live.
You went to that?
Yeah.
Dude, how was that?
Long Island. It was great.
Yeah.
John Mulaney he murdered. I mean, everyone was good. There's another guy, Ricky Velez. He's another pretty big comic right now too. He opened the show, and then it was John Mulaney did like 45 minutes an hour, and then Jon Stewart did another 45 minutes.
I didn't even know Jon Stewart could do stand up like that.
It was good.
Yeah,
it was really good.
Was it more like thought provoking than traditionally structured stand up, or was it like Q&A? Like, what did Jon Stewart do in his act?
Jon Stewart did like regular stand-up. First he came out, he just started talking about like being old because like he's not on TV as much anymore.
Right.
So he came out and he was just like, hey, he's like, this is what I look like now. Like, and he's just all gray and shit.
That's great. That's smart. Because that's the first thought that probably came in everybody's mind is, wow, this is how he looks.
Yeah, and then he was great. I mean, he did do some political shit too, which was because we're in Long Island, so there's a lot of very split in Long Island. The conservative people are very conservative on Long Island, but there's plenty of liberals too. But so that was interesting. But yeah, John Mulaney, dude, he was so fucking funny. Oh my god. But yeah, back on the I don't know. I just feel like. It's not just comedians who are like going sober and taking care of themselves. I mean, I think it's like as a whole, like the younger millennial and Gen Z, like we have so much more info and we see what happens to people when they have drug addiction and alcoholism and all that stuff. Yeah. And we know we just know what happens if you go down that path. So we're just trying to like avoid it. Yeah. I feel like. So,
it's just people being smarter about everything.
Yeah. Back then, like, I was talking to my dad and like, I get anxiety. My dad gets anxiety. And I was talking to him like about his dad, who was like an alcoholic. He was in World War II. And I was like, did your dad have anxiety at all? Like I said this to my dad. And my dad.
Great question.
And my dad was like, they just drank back then. It's like whenever like feelings or bad feelings came up, you just poured liquor all over it. You didn't because you didn't talk about your feelings in the 40s or the 50s or wherever it was as a man. You just drank
for sure.
And got in fights or
That's whatever. So crazy.
Yeah,
it's interesting because do you still drink? No. So how many years sober?
Oh, I mean, I'm only like 5 months.
5 months.
Yeah.
Okay. It's pretty fresh.
Yeah, pretty fresh.
Yeah. Well, and you're how old?
I'm about to be 28.
28. Okay. So you're still you're young as hell. Yeah. So your grandfather in the war, he kind of treated his whole life like your 20s.
Yeah.
Or my 20s, like, because I did have anxiety and stuff, and I was like kind of restless with like before I did stand up and stuff. But anytime I felt that way, I would just say I got to get to Friday, because that's like, okay, I'm gonna be going out with buddies. We can grab some beers or just get to the next entertainment source. Like if it was football season, okay, NFL Sunday, I got something to look forward to. Or if there's a game on, I can have a beer. Like I would just be like stringing like on a vine, like going to I got anxiety. Let me just get to the next fucking thing, and I'll just string that along until I die. Kind of. That was my only plan. Like I literally didn't know that there was any other better way to go about it.
That's the American way.
Yeah.
You just
consume.
Everybody's working for the
weekend.
That's
exactly.
That's
working for the weekend.
You get to the weekend and you drink.
Yeah.
And you smoke.
Maybe a girl will make me feel better.
Maybe a girl.
I'll get on the apps.
You go. You play video games or whatever, and then Monday you wake up and you go, oh, fuck, and then you do it again.
One day you wake up and you're like, I'm 40.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. That's what happens. That's what they say. And it wasn't until recently, like I'm about to turn 28, I'm like, yeah, it's really like that. It just, you just wake up one day, you're like, what the fuck? How did I get here? But it's, it's good.
Not bad though.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. And it could have been worse for me, at least.
No, well, I was talking to Alexis about this the other day, and it's just a realization I had of like before stand up and after stand up. I don't know if you felt this way. Well, how many years into stand up are you again?
2.
2. Yeah. Only 2.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you'd been doing it longer.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. Fucking
I mean, I've taken breaks, so I just add everything together.
Okay, but chronologically, you may have started before 2 years.
Yeah,
ago,
yeah. Oh,
literally.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I started before, but actually doing it is
Yeah.
altogether 2 years. Yeah.
For sure. I remember like before I started stand up, the anxiety was like this underlying thing of like I should be doing something else. Like I don't know what it is, but I feel like this is like I don't know. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should start a business. Maybe I should try something.
Yeah.
And it was like this fucking this just bad feeling of like I'm wasting time. Like what is the point? You know, like maybe I should just keep checking off boxes of like, oh, I got to be married by this age, or I gotta, have this attractive enough of a girlfriend, or like do this with my career. Maybe I'll just keep checking off those boxes, I guess. But there's still this nagging thing in the back of my mind that like, there's something else I want to do, but I don't know. Yeah. But then since I started comedy, as shitty as it is with comedy sometimes, I don't have that anymore. Yeah. I don't know if you feel similarly. Like, no matter how shitty things get, like you're still doing comedy. Like comedy doesn't feel like a waste of time to me. Yeah. Yeah. Do you feel that? I think I don't know.
No, I agree. I remember being in college, like sitting with my friends watching just some fucking dumbass show, like we're all high, and I remember sitting there just being like, I am like fucking like, what am I doing right now? I remember just like fucking wasting time in college, and just like my friends would be like, yeah, let's watch fucking Adventure Time and like get high or whatever. And I'm just sitting there watching Adventure Time like, I need to be, this is not where I should be doing. Right. But yeah, and then stand up, it's like I'll go up and I'll have like a good set. And then when I leave, my day is just better. Yeah. My day is just better. Yeah. I just have a better day.
It's like sunshine and rainbows and like cartoon rabbits.
Yeah. I feel confident. I'm doing the right thing with my life right now. And then when I have a bad set, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? What am I doing here? And then you just gotta,
And the nice thing to me too about that, like after a good set is like, then you can go get high and watch Adventure Time with your friends. Yeah. And it's fun as fuck. Yeah. And you don't feel guilty about it.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like this thing of like, I don't know, like anything, like working out or doing something hard. Yeah. And then you feel good after. Yeah. But you feel real good. Yeah. But I thought that was really nice because that was a good reminder. Because like sometimes, I don't know, we've had some, I've enjoyed having some like rough just vent sessions with you. Yeah. On like a day. I remember we were at St. Mark's waiting for that show to start or whatever. It was your show. Yeah. And it looked like they're it was postponed or whatever.
Yeah, it was Halloween night, so we couldn't get anyone to come see the show.
We're just like, this fucking sucks. Yeah, and you were like, and you were like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Do you want to start a business?
Yeah. You start having those thoughts on nights like that.
So comedy sucks sometimes. You're like, God, this show isn't whatever it is, but then you also think it could be worse. Like you could not have an answer of like, what should I be doing with my time? Yeah, and
yeah, it's also New York, it's like I was talking to, because like, because we go to open mics, it's just comics, and sometimes they're fun, sometimes they're really good, but sometimes it's like, what this is horrible, but that's what it is. But like you talk to people, like I was talking to a guy, he just went to London like for a work thing, and he's like, while I was there, I reached out to people in stand up there, and I did stand up in London, and their open mics like have fucking people.
Audience?
They have audience.
Hell yeah.
And he's like, it was awesome, and he was telling me, he's like, it was so good because I was like, for the last few months when I was here, I was getting like, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? And then he went to London and like had like really good sets there and everything. So I mean, it also is because we're here, like we're in the most competitive, like one of the most competitive stand-up places ever. So.
Which is good. Yeah, I'm trying to be more positive now. I'm trying to be more positive.
No, it is good.
It is good. I think it's making us better.
I think it's made me better. I think it's made me more confident, and I'm finding myself on stage. I'm hearing myself and like noticing how comfortable I am when I'm up there now. Yeah. So yeah.
Do you record everything?
I record sometimes. I mean, I usually just listen to like the good sets because sometimes the bad sets, I'm like, why do I want to relive bombing?
You should listen to the bad ones.
I mean, I do. So
I say that because a lot of times I bet they're not as bad as you thought they were. Like I bet there's something good. Yeah. I'll have that too, where like I don't know, like I think I did awful, and I probably did, but there's like a little. I was like, well, it wasn't that bad. Like it wasn't like like I know how to talk at least. Like I didn't like piss my pants or like cry.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
And then on the opposite side, sometimes I'll have what I thought was a really good set, and I'll listen to it back. I'll be like, oh, that wasn't fucking that good.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, that felt a lot better. So it's like, I don't know.
No, I see what you're saying. Yeah, when you're up there and like, if you're up there and like you're having a good set and then one joke just bombs, you're like, fuck. And you gotta like
you think about the one.
You gotta like recover and everything. Yeah. But you know, sometimes like, because there's been times where I've gone out and the crowd is just like electric. And you're up there and you're like,
said anything.
I could just say anything right now and you'll laugh. And it's like, you know, those are good nights too. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's been like, you know, like you said, when you go and you have that good set and you're like, this is what I should be doing, and you feel good. Like that's what keeps bringing me back.
Yeah, for sure.
That's definitely what it is.
Yeah. So it's nice to have something that you can work on forever and never be done with, and it's not for anybody else.
Never. Yeah. I remember a comedian, like I took a class on Long Island.
Yeah.
Like years ago.
Which is where you're from, right?
Yeah. I took a class, like a stand-up class there. I was like 21, 22. And one of the guys who taught the class, he's like, and you know, and you'll go over your jokes, you'll tweak your jokes, and you'll go over your act until you die. Like it's like you'll do it until the end, really.
Yeah.
You know, it's just the way it is.
Yeah. It's funny too, because you kind of think about, is it a waste of time? Is it not? Like, you know, and I don't think it is at all. Like I believe that, but a way I've convinced myself that it's not a waste of time is, I don't know if you've ever thought about going back. Like if you've considered quitting and then like think about what else would you be doing?
Yeah, I mean,
what else would you be doing?
Yeah, I'd be working, and I mean, it would be pretty much the same thing. I'd be working, and then I'd hang out with my friends. Like it'd be work, gym, friends, family. It would be literally the same thing, just without stand up. Right. And I'd feel like that. I'd feel it. I'd feel that there was something missing. Yeah. Because I did. I mean, I took like 8 months off recently. Just like some life shit happened. And like I was off for 8 months. And it was always like, I gotta get back out there.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so, you know, when I was ready, I came back out. And came back out here, QED.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
It was when I first moved out here.
Hell yeah.
And, I had a good set my first time back
after
8 months.
Shit, yeah.
It's a good thing it was, too.
Yeah.
I had a good set, yeah.
Yeah, just felt... Man. How did it feel when that first set back? Obviously, you did well, but
it was electric.
Do you remember the feeling of it? Because, like, it's hard to go back to remember the feeling of the first set you've ever done. I mean, those are, you know...
It was... Dude, I mean, I went up, I just got off, I tripped mushrooms the day before. Like
you had all sorts of emotions.
So literally, it's what pushed me back. I had a chocolate mushroom bar because they sell them fucking everywhere.
Right.
And I was
legally
here. Yeah. I just quit my job at the hotel, and I was just like in my apartment right over here, and I was just like, I was laying on my couch, and I was like, fucking like, what do I do? Like, I guess I go back to stand up. I just quit my job. I was like kind of depressed, so I just went to Central Park and I just ate a fucking entire mushroom bar.
Yeah.
And like 20 minutes into it, I'm in Central Park and I'm like, I'm freaking out. I need to get the fuck out of here. And like, so I walked the whole like I walked from like the Upper West Side down to the Freedom Tower.
You did?
Just tripping balls. And I just thought about my life. And and like in my head I was like,
when was this?
This was May. And in my head, like I had a few thoughts. I was like, okay, you stand up is that you need to get back to that. That's what you're doing. Like that's what you need to do in life. And I also was like, and then if you need to do that, if you're gonna do that, you need to stop drinking. And then I just ever since
hell yeah,
then,
good for you, dude.
Yeah, it took a full chocolate frosted flake flavored chocolate mushroom bar, and I just had like an epiphany. And then the next day I went to QED.
Yeah, it's so great. I think a lot of people have those like moments where it's like not like a bottom literally, but kind of, you know what I mean? Like a watershed moment where before and after everything changes. And that's cool. And that's when you stop drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, like you said earlier, it kind of feels like the whole world is kind of like, I don't know if you want to get too far into this like conspiratorial, but like, you know, like people are kind of looking at shit differently. I watched this fucking YouTube video. I don't know if this guy's crazy or not, but he talked about how like the collective consciousness of like everybody is kind of like shifting, like to be more be less worried about things we used to be worried about, and more focused on like I don't even know what or how to quantify it, but he said he described it as new Earth consciousness, and this is like, some people kind of are. There's like two camps. Like some people are still kind of stuck in the old world, and those are like the Chicken Little people who are like, oh my gosh, the world's ending. Look at all the bad shit on the news. Look at all this. Like in ways, like things are like worse than they've ever been in the history of humanity, and the Armageddon is coming, and blah blah blah. There's that camp of people, and then there's other people who are like, what if we just don't like feed into that? What if we just don't watch the negative news sources? What if we just focus on ourselves, our own our purpose, like loving other people, just chilling out? What if we weren't obsessed with our 9-to-5 jobs, or like obsessed with like what other people think of us, but we're just like chill? And it seems like more people, maybe in the Gen Z too, are like in that other camp. I don't know. I'm just talking.
Yeah, I mean,
does that make sense? Or am I talking out of my?
It makes sense. Like I mean, I
like
guess
people are waking up.
Yeah, I think people are more like in tune with like kind of how we were talking about with like comedians being more healthy and stuff before.
Yeah.
We just have so much information now, and we know so much about mental health. Like we know the phones are fucking horrible for us, so we know like we have to moderate our blue light time and our screen time and stuff like that. So, I think, people have a lot more knowledge now. We know what's bad for us and stuff like that. So I can see people focusing more on like what really. I also think it has to do with the pandemic, because I think that during the pandemic, I realized like you just have your family.
Yeah.
You have your family and maybe one or two good friends. Yeah. And that's it. That's because you're home, and that's it. You're home with your family, or you were home with yourself or whatever. All you did was you checked on your family. You checked on the people closest to you. You realized there wasn't that many of them, so there was definitely the pandemic too. You realize we were forced to realize what's really important to us, I think. So there's that too.
And what's not important. Cause
oh, totally.
So much shit. You're like, fuck it, dude. I feel like so many people are like, fuck it, dude. Life's too short. Like COVID gave us that realization. It was like, I'm not going to worry about fucking...
Yeah.
I can do that tomorrow.
Oh, my God.
Like, I can,
And you were down there, so, I mean, you literally had COVID for, like, what, like 8 months or whatever? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's actually about right. I thought you were going to say, like, a week. Like, no, it was... Yeah. And there was a lot of positives to COVID. I remember, it was like... I was in a new city during COVID. I just moved to a new city. So because we had to stay home, I'm forced to make friends with my neighbors. Yeah. Like in my building. Yeah. And normally you wouldn't do that because like you're out and about or whatever. But like you made friends with, some of my best friends were people in my building, and instead of like going out to bars, we'd stay in, get high, and play Mario Kart or
hey, that's
and it was like fucking great.
Yeah.
We had this weird thing too where like when bars and stuff did open, and I got sober too, which is weird, but I'd still like to go out and have fun with comedy friends or whatever. Like the bars would be open, but by state law you'd have to be back by 10 or something.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Because the virus can't survive past...
Yeah, they just...
something.
Or they wanted to lower the amount of time people were out, I guess, to keep the spread...
No, that makes sense.
...to a minimum.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, there was some logic to that.
Yeah,
but
well, believe me, some of the fucking rules here were like, if you You can sit in a crowded restaurant. You could sit at your table
Mm-hmm.
with no mask and eat and spit particles into the air. But then when you get up to go to the bathroom, you got to put your mask on.
Right.
It's like it was such fucking horse shit. But
For sure. For sure.
Yeah. No.
But yeah, because of that coming home early, I mean, we'd have so many great hangs that were just like at the apartment on like. We had like a community pool. We'd just be out by the pool hanging out. Yeah. And you really get to know people because of that. I remember, my neighbors, or my aunt and uncle, they had something similar in their neighborhood where your neighbors are out and about talking. So yeah. So I guess I'm saying COVID was good.
Dude.
I'm happy it happened.
Fucking ripped.
I'm happy all those people died.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we were getting a little too overcrowded, so
it's just evolution.
Yeah, I think it was like Louis C.K. said. He's like, COVID, just a lot of dying old ladies died. Yeah, that was COVID. That finished dying. Finished dying. Yeah, that was I mean, because I didn't really know too many people. I mean, I think my mom still has like some loss of taste or like loss of smell.
Oh, that sucks.
Some people are still kind of feeling like the long term shit from it, but no, not me. Yeah, but
was bananas. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I back to what we were talking about earlier about getting in trouble and stuff, and you said like weed today.
Yeah.
I don't know why I wanted to bring, because I thought you gave a really great analogy because we're talking about panic attacks randomly.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever had a panic attack?
Yeah.
You have?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. A friend of mine had one, and I asked you to describe what a panic attack feels like.
Yeah.
And I thought your analogy was really good.
Oh,
Do you want to share the analogy?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what it was. I'm trying to think what I said. It was like being in trouble.
Yeah,
it was like what if someone said like, will David Bakker come to the principal's office now? Like that's
you know you're going to be found out.
You know you're about to be in so much trouble, and like you're having all these crazy thoughts of like, fuck, I'm going to be expelled and all that stuff. It's that feeling just for no reason at all.
Yeah.
Like you don't know how to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And for a lot of people, the only way to get rid of it is, a Xanax or drinking or, deep breathing. Yeah. But for me, it was to like not smoke pot because that's what happened. Something happened. I just smoked one day.
You quit smoking pot.
Yeah. I quit smoking pot almost 3 years ago. So, yeah. Because I used to smoke all the time. I mean, I was like known as like a huge stoner to people.
Right. Like during the daytime as well as evenings.
All day. It was insane. I mean, from the time I was like 16 to 25, I was high every day.
Wow. Yeah. It's quite a stretch.
It's a stretch. And so then
when first girlfriend on.
To
the time I lost my virginity.
I had she had her issues with that too. Really.
Yeah.
It was really rough.
Damn, man.
Yeah. Nice.
So what do you think, I've heard this with some people where like it gets, it can get to people, the marijuana. What do you think it was? Do you think the just like caused your mind to go in so many different directions that it
I don't know. I think it's if you have
Paranoia.
if you're predisposed to anxiety and panic attacks. I think it's one of those things like your body just reacts to it. Like some people have peanut allergies. Like it's just one of those things. Like some people, when they smoke pot, they get anxiety. Because some people, I know some people who like they're like really energetic like people who they need weed to like calm them down. Yeah. But like for me it was like I smoked and I would just be like fucking,
Yeah.
I mean that was
towards the end.
That was towards the end. No, in the beginning when I first started when I was like, 14, 15 and I first got high, I was just like this is amazing. I was just like this is the first time I ever got high, like my friend, I had a friend who was fucking crazy. We were like 13. He would grow weed in his room. He would take fireworks that you'd buy at the gas station and make bombs out of them. He was so smart, but he was fucking crazy. And for the first time I got high,
make bombs out of fireworks.
He would make bombs out of like the snap pop things. Those and. He'd break up sparklers and snap pops and shit like that. He shoved in a 5-hour energy can and then put a
wick on.
fuse in there.
Yeah.
And we'd fucking throw it in a sump and run. Like, yeah, he was
A sump?
a sump. It's like I guess you don't have them down there. It's like a big it's like a big field that we had in our neighborhoods, like behind everyone's houses. Like a hill would go down like 5 feet, and it was just this big kind of open, overgrown field. I don't know.
A sump.
A sump.
Very interesting.
I don't know if it's like the.
I'm gonna Google this.
I don't know if it's like where the
I like having the laptop
the
here.
sewer go. I don't know, but a sump is what we had on Long Island. Just these fields behind people's houses. There's one across the street from my family's house where I live. And, we'd break it. We'd hop the fence or go in there, fuck around, smoke, light shit on fire, just be degenerate kids.
Sumps. They are man-made depressions in the ground that are used for drainage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking up pictures of sumps. They capture stormwater.
Yep.
Okay.
And so we'd just hop the fence or whatever and, fuck around in there.
Yeah, I love it.
Throw fireworks, throw explosives made out of 5-hour energy.
Anyway, so this was your buddy who you'd get high
so
with.
that was the first time I got high. I was like 13 or 14, and he made like a hookah out of a beer bottle or some shit, and we shoved weed in there, and he had a crawl space that he made into like a room. He was the smartest fucking kid.
Dude, it's so fun.
So smart.
This sounds like the classic kid you pick up weed from.
He was like Dennis the Menace. Like he was
Nice.
He had blonde hair too, and he was a genius, but he just used it to like do make drugs and explosives. And he was a good friend of mine, and so we were in his crawl space that he like made into like a room he'd sleep in. He was crazy. He'd throw weed in there, and I smoked weed out of a beer bottle made into a hookah.
How old were you guys back then?
Like 13
13?
14.
Okay.
And I was so fucking high. It was the first time I got high. He had leftover Halloween candy. I ate all of it. I just ate like all these chocolate bars. Oh my God. So fucking high. It was the first time I ever got high.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then from then on, I just
Match made it happen.
always. I was like, I need to do this more.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mom hated it, but
Yeah.
that's it.
And eventually,
Eventually led me here.
grew out of it.
Grew out of it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. Grew out of it.
Yeah.
Well, I was forced to because of panic attack. What about when did you start smoking pot?
Well, I don't talk about it too much on here, but
Gotcha.
in high school, I there was definitely kids that fuck, it's illegal here. If anybody's gotten this far into the podcast,
Right.
it's fine. I'll talk about it.
Yeah.
I just asked you to share your whole. It's not. Yeah.
That's
so
whatever. Yeah.
I never drank in high school. I was too afraid to do that. Too much of a goody-goody, and didn't have any older brothers or siblings. They're all younger to like kind of show me the way. So, but I did have some friends that smoked. So, gosh, I remember the first night I smoked. Trevor Kazin and Ryan Lambert.
Oh, dropping full
or
names.
Ryan DeMott.
Yeah.
Shit, what was his name?
Good old boys.
DeMott. Yeah. Yeah. We it was like a sleepover, and I think I was 15, and we were at his parents' house. I think it was Ryan's house, and we went outside, and there were pine trees, and we were just smoking in a circle with a little bowl or whatever. And I remember looking up at the stars, and I remember not thinking it was working. I remember not feeling any different. I was like, this doesn't feel like anything. But I do remember feeling like it was cool. I felt like this is a the cool evening air and the stars. And I was like, this is kind of a cool vibe. And then we walked back inside and watched a documentary on TLC. And the title of the documentary was The Boy Whose Skin Fell Off. And I remember I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, this is real? I was like, oh my God, the boy whose skin fell off. And I couldn't stop laughing. I was laughing hysterically the whole fucking night, dude.
Wait, did he have like a skin disease?
I don't know.
Or
I don't know. But let's go to the computer.
It just fell off one day?
I don't know. But this is a
my
real
God.
thing.
The boy whose skin fell off and you're just dying laughing. Oh my God.
It's a film from 2004.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess, what is that, like fake skin or something, or what?
Yeah. Yeah, look at this guy.
He
Look at
has
this fucking Frankenstein of a guy.
Oh, this poor baby.
Yeah, I remember this.
Look at him. And why'd they put that hat on him?
He looks like...
Oh, man.
I remember this was the funniest shit.
First, I got to put him next to the prettiest lady. Oh, is this him as a child?
Oh, God.
This is horrifying to look at.
Yeah, I feel like I should put this up for the camera.
This is very scary to look at.
I don't know if you can see that.
Probably not, but it's bad. It's very bad. It's very bad. I like that. Yeah, that's a little psycho that you were laughing so hard at that. I mean, you were high. I've laughed at things when I was high. That
Johnny Kennedy.
Johnny Kennedy.
Okay, let's see if he's still alive.
A good old boy, Johnny Kennedy.
Oh, no.
I guess it all fell off.
Well, he died before the movie came out, so I guess I don't feel that bad.
Oh, okay.
He died at the age of 36. Okay, well, I'm probably dying soon because I laughed at that. But that was my first pot experience.
That was your first time getting high.
Yeah.
The boy whose skin fell off.
Yeah. And then, dude,
you feel like your skin's falling off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember a couple other moments in high school where we'd go to Wendy's and they'd have the in the car. We drive to Wendy's and they'd have the dollar menu, the value menu of Wendy's, and I picked 3 items or something, and the total came to $4.20, and I almost lost my shit at the register. And everybody was like, "Keep it together! What are you doing?" I was like, "Dude, my skin $4.20."
Oh my god! Oh my god!
So that was really.
I remember being so high back then, like where I would get so high when you're a teenager to where like someone's like, let's go get pizza, and I would just stay outside and be like, bro, I cannot go in there right now. I'd be too fucking high to interact with people, be around people. And that's probably like I didn't know at that time, but that's anxiety and like paranoia, and like I just didn't know that that's what it was at the time.
I see. Yeah.
But no, I would get so high, I'd be like, no, I'm not going inside that pizzeria. I'm not getting that calzone right now. Yeah.
I can't face a human.
I can't.
Do it.
I can't do it. My God.
Yeah, I don't know. They put the fear of God into us about like, because I played sports, so like they would say like, if you get caught, you won't be able to play. Mm-hmm. So like I stayed away. And then, I kind of just drank alcohol. And I didn't really even like marijuana for a very long time until I quit alcohol. And then it was just, something. And pot wasn't legal in South Carolina, so I didn't really smoke at all. They had Delta 8. Yeah. And I would have that. And then here it's legal, so it's, whatever. But
yeah.
So I don't know. But like I hear stories like yours, and I'm like, maybe you should like not do that. Maybe I should like watch it for myself or like, keep an eye on it. And,
I don't know. My thing with weed, is like if you can fit it into your life and it doesn't affect you negatively, then let you smoke.
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, I'll basically do it after stand-up.
Yeah.
If it goes well, actually, if it goes bad, I still will.
Yeah.
Good or bad.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
For different reasons.
Yeah. I mean, the only bad thing I have right now is like I like nicotine.
Yeah.
So if anyone
nicotine?
If anyone has a vape or if anyone has like a cigarette, I'm like,
what about these? You want some of these?
Give me that. What are those
pouches?
Pouches.
Yeah.
I'll throw one in there.
Oh, tight.
That's the only thing that I'm like, I'll do it.
Yeah, I quit vaping. I put 2 in sometimes.
Yeah.
I quit vaping a few weeks ago. I had been hitting this one because I think Muhammad Patel left it, but it might be dead.
Yeah.
But what nicotine product do you re-buy and consume on the reg?
I like cigarettes. I don't buy packs.
Mm-hmm.
I have a gas station on Long Island. Like when I'm home, I'll get one cigarette. Like they'll sell a Lucy cigarette. You can just buy one cigarette.
Okay.
It's not legal, but and then there's a place over
It's illegal
here.
to sell Lucy?
Yeah, you can't do that. But
how much is one cigarette?
I mean, some places do it different, but it's usually $1. Like
okay.
They'll usually sell it to you for $1.
Mm.
So that's my vice right now is like
nice.
If I really need something, I'll just get a cigarette. It's not the best thing, but
But yeah, every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
Yeah. dude, not gonna lie, the quitting vape thing is like terrible.
It's one of the worst things ever. The withdrawals are horrible.
Is the withdrawal part, like, I don't know, like the physical addiction kind of goes away, I guess, but it's just like I just want to do it.
Yeah.
I just liked it.
Yeah.
And it's hard because it's just a fun thing to do. Yeah. But got those hair transplants, so I'm not supposed to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. A fellow transplanter.
Do you want to talk about it? I don't
care.
At this point,
I don't
super
care
late into
it. My hairline was so far back, dude. I would grow my hair.
Yeah.
Because like it's right here.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
My hairline was like back here, dude. So like I would grow my hair like very long forward, and I'd have to like style it, and then like, if a gust of wind came or something, just fuck up my hair. I'd be like, oh fuck, and then
yeah.
It was horrible, and like I eventually like I just started shaving my head, and I was like 60 pounds heavier than I was now. So I was just a 25.
Dude, that's crazy.
I was a 25-year-old fat bald guy, and I was like, yeah, this gotta.
Oh my god!
I gotta just change.
I forgot you had lost all that weight. I think you
Yeah.
did mention it.
Yeah, I was just a fat bald guy, and I was like, nah, this gotta. I can't live like this. So I lost the weight, got the thing, and yeah.
So, I was so psyched when you told me you'd gotten hair transplant surgery because, like, I was like, can't even tell, didn't even know.
Yeah.
And I was like,
they were conservative with it. They were like, I don't want to like bring your hairline down to here. Like, I don't want to like do a whole thing. Like, we're just gonna make it so that like when people look at you, they just see like, okay, this guy has hair. Like, and I was like, you know what? That's cool,
right?
Because sometimes it comes out and it's. You see sometimes when you look at guys that go to Turkey, it looks like kind of weird, like it looks like chia pets. But I mean that's you just got like right here.
Yeah,
right?
It didn't just filled in where there already was some hair. So.
Yeah, so it's gonna look good.
Yeah,
it's gonna look good.
Yeah,
but
you got me excited. You're like, because it doesn't. The seedlings are there, and it's just the. They gave me this spiel. You'll have to tell me if I have it right, but basically, after the first couple of months, what was implanted will fall out essentially, and then in 3 to 6 months you'll start to see the actual hairs growing.
You will. You get excited when you see it.
You get excited.
Yeah, you get excited.
Yeah. What did you say it was? 3 months in?
3 months you start seeing.
Okay,
results.
So I got this right before October, so I'm like a month and a half in. So
I want to say like after the new year you're gonna start to see stuff. Yeah,
nice.
You're gonna start to see it.
Yeah. And you when you had yours done, did you shave your head?
Yeah, I was shaving my head because like I was I was working and stuff, and I had to be out in public, and I asked my doctor, I was like, is it okay if I shave my head? And it was like I was like 2 months in, and he's like, I don't see why you can't.
2 months after the procedure.
Yeah, he's like, it's gonna fall out anyway. Your grafts are all in there, so he's like, go ahead, and then
Yeah.
But
yeah. They told me they're pretty well secured after 10 days. Like they can't be dislodged.
Yeah. After 10 days, so.
Man.
No, I'm happy with it. Like there was a time where it was like I would like comb my hair up. And I could just see my head, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just shaving my head, and like
Yeah, speaking of like, people evolving and knowing more information and doing more proactively about their like I feel like hair loss for guys is a big thing.
Yeah.
That people have made strides about. Like Hims is out there.
Yeah,
now.
I use that.
Rogaine.
Yeah, I use
Propecia, all that stuff is kind of common knowledge and in the ether of like, hey, if you're a guy in your 20s and you're worried about it, there's preemptive things you could do.
Yeah. It's horrible. It's going through. It is losing your hair is one of the worst things in the world.
It's terrible.
It's one of the worst
especially
things.
At a young age, especially before you're even facing like normal aging shit. And you're like in your 20s, like you're like, dude,
it's horrible.
Yeah.
It sucks so bad.
And everybody cares about it. Like,
oh yeah. I mean, it's especially like attracting women. There are women who are just like, I don't want to fuck a bald guy. Like I don't want to like I don't want to fuck a guy who's bald or bald. I feel like bald. Like if you're like you because you have a choice. Like if you're balding really bad, you have a choice. You can go the Propecia hair transplant route, or you just shave your head.
Mm-hmm.
So some guys rock it well. I was like. I don't know. It looks kind of weird on me just because, I don't know, I was like fat. So, but, some guys can rock the bald look well.
Mm-hmm.
But,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks.
But if you want to do it, go do it. It's like, there's way less like stigma about shit like that now.
Yeah.
I remember, I don't know, like when I had it done, I had like going into it, I was definitely in like a fuck it mentality. I just moved here. I was like, I don't know that many people. If it looks weird for a little bit, I guess I don't care. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. Like I have money saved. I don't care. I'll do it.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I remember I had like just moments where I was like, but it didn't last long, where I was like, I really don't care about it. And then I guess I did have a moment where I was like, well, I'm going to have to start doing stand-up again, so what am I going to do? And I was like, well, I'm just going to talk about it on stage.
Yeah.
Immediately. I'm not going to, because it's on my mind, I'm going to talk about that first. And then it was fine. And then like very little, like, oh, I felt like I had to hide from people. Yeah. Or like just not disclose it or like not, be open about it. Like very little of that. I feel like nowadays people are super accepting of shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, I see. Like, it's also like for me, they had to like shave my head and stuff to get like everything from here and like all over. But they shaved the one part.
Yeah, they had because I had long hair. I asked them like they could shave the back.
Yeah, you really can't even tell. I mean, I was able when I first I remember I saw you one day, and it was before I knew. And I saw the graphs and everything up here, and I was like, "Did he get a hair transplant too?" And then you said it to me. I was like, "Oh, okay.
yeah." Yeah, I feel like I have to come out with it because the people notice. And
I mean, I was really
you
I
have
was
more of a trained eye than maybe.
Yeah,
some.
I because I looked through a whole, I've seen it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Now you're gonna be very happy with it.
No, yeah, no, that was the best when we talked about that. I was like, I was pumped you got it. I was like, cool, dude. Yeah, it's nice to know. Like a lot of people, I don't know. Maybe some guys want to get it done and don't want anybody to know that they had anything, but.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. Back in the day, it was like they used to you just put on a wig. Like, if you were losing your hair, you just put on a wig, and that was it. Mm-hmm. Which, I don't know. Yeah. They do that now still, but they have hair systems. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I haven't ruled out shaving it in the future because, it's a lifelong battle with the hair loss of like, sticking on the pills and dealing with the...
Yeah, you got to take this pill, and then the fucked up part is it makes your dick not work. Like,
supposedly.
I took it. I was on the pill. I was on the finasteride pill. It was... Yeah, it was like I could not get I could not stay hard, and also we were experiencing a little bit of shrinkage. We were we were experiencing
oh no.
I'd be like, where is it? I'd be like, it was bad, and then I stopped taking the pills, and I was like, all right, well, I mean, I'd rather have a working penis than
hair.
Then so I just did the and I had the thing, the transplant.
That's fine. Rogaine,
I was doing the Rogaine, but now I'm doing the Hims. They have the finasteride topical.
Okay, so that doesn't have
put it on there.
That doesn't have the side effect.
It doesn't mess with your dick.
Okay, maybe I should ask my doctor about that.
Yeah, definitely.
Because
do the topical shit. Yeah.
I mean, I haven't experienced any.
You're taking the pill?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't
I kind of forget to take it every day, though. Sometimes.
Yeah, they say, like, with the pill, you can take it, like, once every few days if you have side effects.
It's a weird prescription to get on because it's, like, not for anything obvious. It's, like, the hair loss is so slow and not noticeable necessarily. Yeah. And I feel like other pills you take, you kind of know the benefit you're getting. If you're taking something for anxiety or, like, whatever. This is, like, just, take this shit forever to hope you don't go bald. But a
lot of people are on it. Like a lot of people are on it. Like a lot of celebrities are on it, and they don't talk about it. Like Andrew Scholes is on it. He was talking about it.
Did he have a transplant?
No, but he started taking it when he was young.
Yeah,
like as soon as he saw his hair was starting to go, he started taking it. The Spider-Man?
Tobey Maguire?
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield.
He takes it. A lot of them, especially if you're on camera.
Yeah.
A lot of them take that shit.
Yeah, I started preventative shit back in high school. Yeah, I remember I almost flipped out. Like I was so worried about it, and my dad was I don't know. Well, this the internet was like not what it is today, but I was like scouring the internet for resources about like what you could do about it.
Yeah.
And the one thing I found was this laser comb that was like FDA cleared, low level laser.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I don't know what the data is on it. I don't know how good it is or not.
Yeah.
But that was like, if nothing else, a placebo to prevent me from worrying about it.
Yeah.
Which did wonders for me.
Yeah.
It was like a $500 laser comb. And I kept that thing and I would use it
really
like 3 times a week after I showered. I would just be like, and I'd have that as a part of my thing.
Yeah.
And then I got on Rogaine when when I started working out of college.
Yeah.
And I was doing Rogaine and lasers.
Rogaine and lasers.
Until I got to be basically 35 and was like, yeah, it's still going back.
Yeah.
So
live in the now.
Might as well do some preventative and
do the modern thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
no, it's very good, man.
And if it was good to, like how long ago did you have yours done?
2020, like September.
Okay, yeah.
2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the technology's come a long way,
Yeah, well, it used to be they like I had a boss, he dealt with balding. He started balding young.
Mm-hmm.
And he started balding in like, the late 80s and 90s where, they had hair transplants, but they had the one where they take the strip of skin.
The strip method, yeah.
That like Joe Rogan talks about, and they just put the strip of skin here and then it just grows, but then you got to get it multiple times. It doesn't stay for like many years. My
really
boss,
the follicles don't stay.
No, it's not as good. The FUT or whatever.
Yeah, you got to go FUE.
FUE is that's the real
follicular unit extraction.
That's the
for
real
anybody.
That's the real one where they go in, take them all out. But so they take the strip of skin, they put it up there. My boss is like, yeah, I had it done like 3 times.
3 times?
Yeah,
dude.
Had it done 3 times. He would wear hair systems, and now he's just, he's got the hair on the sides and bald up top, holds on to the 3 hairs he has.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not. Looks does not look good. I whenever I see that, whenever I see guys with like the hair on the side and the middle thing, I'm like, why don't you shave that shit? Why don't you shave that off?
Like Larry David.
Just shave it off.
It's kind of distinctive. It becomes
distinct.
Part of your look.
Yeah, I guess if you're older, I guess it's distinctive or whatever. But I don't know. There's something about it. Like I just get rid of that shit.
Yeah. I hear you.
I don't know.
Yeah, my grandpa has the hair on the sides and bald on the top. Just classic look of a bald dude.
Yeah, my grandpa had that too, and a big mustache.
Yeah. And there's something about him that's like very like I don't know. He's got a calming, like he's cool with it. Like it's like you respect him more because he owned the bald. He just went into it and and the fact that he keeps it.
He keeps it. Yeah, he probably gets haircuts still. They just cut the side.
Yeah, for sure.
Man.
It's I respect people more who go bald gracefully.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm not, dude.
Nah,
I'm
bro,
fucking fighting that shit.
that.
I am fighting it,
no,
dude.
Fuck that, dude.
Yeah, I could talk a lot about like being not caring about what people think and like being chill and like being free to just live my life. But in that area, I'm like, fuck it, dude.
Oh my god,
I'm fighting tooth and
dude.
nail.
I always think about. I had a barber. I had a Russian barber when I was a kid. Sometimes there was a woman there who'd cut my hair too, and I think she jinxed me because she was cutting my hair one day. I was probably like 9, and she was like running her hand through my hair, and she was just like, "You'll have a lot of hair." She's like, "You're never going to go bald." And then like fucking 18, 19, I start getting like this bald spot here. I'm like, no, and I always think about that. I'm like, she fucking
jinxed you.
She cast a spell on me.
Yeah. But it's a nice comment for that day. You're
for
like,
for a 9-year-old boy
who's not even worried about it.
Who's like, what do you mean bald?
She brought it into your conscious awareness that could happen.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
baldness. It's a big thing.
It's a big thing.
Women don't appreciate, I think, how traumatic that could be.
Oh my god, no, it's one of the worst things.
I think women probably have the pressure of like aging being a bigger deal for them earlier.
Yeah.
Because of the kids, you got to have kids by a certain age, or just like
the whole biological clock thing.
Yeah,
though that's the thing. That's the thing.
Or like the difference between a 25-year-old woman and a 35-year-old woman.
They have menopause. They have menopause where they stop being able to have kids. We could we could have kids until we die.
Yeah,
Our sperm's just always doing its thing.
Yeah.
That's why that's what we're meant to do. We're not meant to have, just one wife. You're meant to just travel the world and plant your seed
and have sex with 300 women, hopefully.
Like my grandpa.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I might have, cousins and stuff I don't know about because my grandpa was just slinging it around.
Yeah. Good for him.
Good for him, dude. Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're at an hour 15.
We are at an hour 15.
Yeah.
That's good. We're going to have to do this again sometime.
Yeah.
We just barely broke into it.
I know. Well, we can talk. What time is that mic you're going to?
It's like 8:30, but
8:30.
I'm down to just keep letting it roll.
Yeah, we can go a little longer. That's only I'm not going to a mic tonight.
That's fine.
I'm going. I'm tired. Yeah.
Hey man, do whatever you want. Stay. You're gonna stay in. You're gonna write.
No.
You're gonna stay in and you're gonna write.
Maybe. Yeah, that's what.
That's what when comedians, when we take a night off, we're writing. That's
right.
What it is. I don't know. I don't write. I don't know how you write, but like I can never just sit down in front of a notepad and just let's write some comedy. I can't do it like that.
Nope.
I just never.
Nope.
It's something happens in my life.
Yeah.
Or like I think of something or whatever.
Dude, I am so fucking lazy.
Yeah.
I think I had this epiphany the other day because Alexis and I are trying to maybe look at like doing a show at some point.
Yeah.
And
you were showing me, yeah.
Yeah, and we to do that, you need to actually start like putting together, how would we brand this? What are potential venues?
Yeah.
And it quickly, the list of items quickly became such that I was like, fuck this, dude. This is I don't want to do any of this. Like sitting down and thinking about it and like going through the organization of it for like more than 10 minutes drained me.
Yeah.
To where I was like, ugh. And no, we're still gonna do work on it, and maybe something will come of it, or I think we're gonna do something. But
yeah,
I was just like, dude, I'm so fucking lazy. So when it comes to writing, like stand-up writing,
yeah,
I literally don't even try. Like it'll be like all of my writing is from my iPhone, like the notepad on my iPhone.
Yeah,
and a lot of times it'll just be like, I don't know, when I'm not doing comedy, when I'm away from it.
Yeah,
when I'm like on a date or like just walking around, just eating food, and I'll be like, oh, that's really weird. That thing is really weird, and I'm just gonna write it down. And then actually, when I do sit down, is when I go back, when I have those little bullets from the phone, and I'll sit in front of the computer.
Yeah,
which I think is better to write that way anyway. I don't know. For me, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I that's a good way to do it. I put things in my phone, and then I'm crazy. Like I live alone, so I'll just talk, and like I'll just talk.
It's not crazy.
Like I'm at a show or like whatever. Like there's plenty of comedians that do it like that. But I'll just talk and pretend like I'm performing and kind of work it out there, and then I'll go, because some people like write on stage. I can't. I mean, and we don't even get enough time to really do that. Like we have 4 or 5 minutes. You can't write on stage.
Right, and writing on stage in front of comics.
Yeah. It's like what are you doing?
Yeah.
There's like, if you have like a 10-15 minute set and you want to go up there with some ideas and kind of work them out, then sure. But it's like right now, it's like that's what works for me. Is like I'll think of like a bit and I'll just kind of work it out, in my apartment or wherever I am. Sometimes walking down the street, people probably think I'm talking like I'm a crazy guy.
No, I do that. Yeah. I walk on the sidewalk and talk out loud to myself. I put AirPods in so it appears that I'm on a phone call.
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah, I'll do that.
But
I'll do that too.
But sometimes I don't even like having the AirPods because I can't hear myself. Like I can't hear. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I guess I'll just look like I'm crazy then.
Yeah, it's fine. It's New York.
Yeah.
They're used to that. They're used to people walking on the street talking to themselves. They just will just stay away from you. That's
sure.
That's just what they'll do.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't know.
The psychotic thing, if I'll admit this, sometimes I'll talk, God damn it, I'll talk in the mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah? It's psychotic.
I feel like that's more. I feel like that's more typical for like what like comedians and actors and stuff like that would do.
Because you can see how your face is saying it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't do that really, and it's just not my inclination to do that. But I mean, I'll just in my living room or whatever. I'll grab the remote and pretend it's a microphone.
Dude, me too. I use the remote.
Yeah.
I use the
whatever.
My TV remote is like long and black and it looks kind of like a microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because you have microphones, so you could just.
I do. Yes, I could just, but I use the TV remote.
But I use the TV.
It's all the way in there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, so you said something earlier. This is like an existential point about stand-up, but I like talking about the fucking those kinds of things. But you said you're finding out more about who you are.
Yeah.
By being on stage.
I think so. Because it's like you have how you're funny with your friends and your family, or when you're in conversation with people. Like that's why you started doing stand-up or whatever. Like you have that, so you're just trying to pull from that and put it on stage. So, I guess it's finding that in yourself when you're on stage. You know, finding how people view you, finding what people see when they look at you. It's hard to know because, sometimes you'll be up there and you'll be doing a certain bit and it's like, this isn't me. Like this isn't, what I'm trying to do right now is not me. Like it's so yeah, I think it is kind of finding more about yourself and
who you really are,
the type of stuff you want to talk about, the type of stuff that gets you excited to talk about and stuff like that. Like I like I always like pointing out like things in the world that are like ridiculous to me, or like observational type stuff. Like I have one right now, which it's not the most original, but it's just talking about like, because Thanksgiving is coming up, and like what we were taught when we were children about Thanksgiving and like American history and stuff. Like when I was a kid and we were learning about the first Thanksgiving, I was given this picture like to color in, and it's this, my teacher's like, this is the first Thanksgiving, and it's the Pilgrims and the Native Americans, and they're playing football. And it's like, what are we doing? Like, I'm just like, why did they lie to us so much when we were kids about American history instead of just like not telling us? Like, why didn't they just skip history until we were older?
Why did they need this cartoon version to roll out for us?
And like, you know, so I don't know, that type of stuff gets me like, that I'm interested in talking about that kind of shit.
For sure. 100%.
Yeah.
What would you say your confidence level is on a scale of 0 to 10 in yourself or in your stand-up ability?
Well, my stand-up ability, when I'm doing it a lot, like if I have a week where I'm going up like twice a day, and I get up there, I'm like at a 7 and 8.
Hell yeah.
And
Hell yeah.
It's but so. But also it took a while.
Do you feel it's fragile?
It is, but I have bits now. Like after working for so long, I have bits that I know 9 out of 10 times work. So I know like, okay, if this joke bombs that I'm trying out, then I can just go right to this one that always works. And then if that doesn't work, then it might hurt a little bit, but that's like I just took a week off because I was sick, and then I went back last night and I had a shaky kind of set. Like I was talking about that Thanksgiving stuff, and I like forgot about some of the stuff I wanted to say.
Right.
And then I was like, fuck, and then I like was looking at my phone, and then I had to go, after I finished that, go to a joke that worked. So yeah, I mean, like the confidence level really it has to do with how much I'm doing it, because if I take some time off, I'm a little shaky. But yeah, there's times where like I'm up there and I'm just like completely comfortable, and being completely comfortable also is what is going to help people laugh at your shit, because if you're up there,
so great when you're in that zone of comfortability.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because if you're up there and you're just like uncomfortable about what you're saying, it's not going to stick.
And it feels so great when you're in that place and you deviate from what you had planned and it still works. And you're like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, you're just like, they like me.
They
love
me.
They're
on board.
They're loving me up
let's
here.
Let's try something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to maintain that though. I asked the question just because like I feel at times at a 7, but at times not at all. Like I don't know. I feel for me it's very fragile. Like and I really want to get to a place where it's like a consistent, core belief and understanding of who I am that doesn't waver as much, and it's I'd love to have that, because it's almost like if it does waver, it's like you're forgetting who you are in a way. Like at your back, you're forgetting. You don't really know who you're like. Oh, I'm like worried about them. I'm not just being myself. Yeah, and you don't have that strong self-understanding, that self-reliance, that self-assurance. It's just gone.
There's
like, I am a piece of shit. I can't even see who I
that's just what you're saying is reminding me, because there's this one kid, Ned Arnold. I don't know if you know Ned. He runs an open mic Tuesdays 7:30. I forget where it is. It's like on 6th Street, Lower East Side. He's very funny. But he just says whatever the fuck he wants, and he does not give a shit. Like, he just stands up there and says what the fuck he's going to say, whether it's sexist, whether it's kind of racist. He's just this skinny, like, Connecticut-looking white kid. I don't know if that's where he's from, but it's just what he looks like. And he just says whatever the fuck he wants, and it's like there's no hesitation. There's no, like, it's just confidence. And I always, whenever I watch him, I'm always astounded, and I'm like, dude, that's so awesome that he just doesn't give a shit. And that's I aspired to be like that, because he just says whatever the fuck he wants, Alejandra's like that too. She talks about some fucked up shit, and she doesn't shy away at all. She just throws it all out there. You don't like it? Fuck you.
She does have that fearless. She kind of has like a She
talks about a lot of
fire.
She talks about stuff that would make people uncomfortable or whatever, and she's just like, I'm gonna fucking say it.
Right.
Like,
She doesn't.
Yeah, I always admire people who can be like that. It's a good quality to have.
To have that internal belief. Yeah. I'm so sick of waffling on it. I'm like, at this point, it's like, you bitch, you're not supposed to, like, how is that serving you to, like, have this anxiety, to let those negative thoughts hold court in your mind. Don't.
It's hard.
Don't.
I know it's hard though.
When you don't have to.
When you're up there and it's not working, and you just like, oh fuck, like you're just like you feel it. It takes over your body, and
you like tell yourself this doesn't matter. What's happening right now doesn't matter, and like, nobody's making. Nobody cares. I mean, it's gonna start to matter if you really humiliate yourself.
If you pull a Kramer.
Yeah. How do you think people we had like an idea for the show of like having Kramer on the sign. It was like a Seinfeld reference. Do you think that would be not good? Do people still hate Kramer? Do you think that that's still in the cultural ethos that much?
No, I think people. I don't know. I feel like it's at the point now. It's like a meme. Like it's like obviously what he said. Obviously the way he reacted was so fucking wrong. But I mean, it's like, I don't know. I don't think there's. I feel like you could get away with just putting Kramer on there. He's like, oh yeah, he's the guy.
The idea was
flipped out.
The Not Crazy Comedy Show was the name of the thing we were gonna try and do, because there's an episode. Are you a Seinfeld fan?
No.
God damn it.
I mean, like I've seen plenty of episodes, but I don't.
I was gonna drop a reference.
I haven't watched it fully through.
You haven't?
No.
Did you see the one where Lloyd Braun goes crazy and Kramer takes him under his wing?
No.
Well, Lloyd Braun had a nervous breakdown.
Okay.
And Kramer is like trying to like reintroduce him into the social scene, and he's trying to make him be friends with George and Jerry. And he just keeps telling. He's like, Lloyd would say things like, "Am I crazy?" Or Kramer would be like, "You're not crazy." Like, and he'd keep reassuring him. Anyway, I guess you had to see it. I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's funny because Kramer is like the craziest person on the show. So
Yeah.
that's the irony, I guess.
Yeah.
No, it was a great character. you know.
God damn it.
And he had to go and scream the N-word at people on stage.
Yeah, you really lost it there. Dude, I was thinking if that happened like a long time ago. Like I'm not sure what year that was. I was going to maybe look it up.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I wish I could be quicker with the computer, but if that happened post like cancel culture, like he never would have recovered. It is a bad rant.
It would just be on your phone.
Bad.
I mean, you'd just be there all the time. I mean, it would be a meme. People would put it, you know, as it would be an audio on TikTok or whatever. Like
he said the N-word at a guy.
He yelled it at him. Yeah, I don't know what the hell. Because that's never happened. Like that's never been. You never hear about that ever as a comedian who got mad at a black guy and called him the N-word. Like he's the guy he's the one guy who like just fucking lost all sense of like, you know, what you should and shouldn't say. And just
at this point, like in today's day and age, you'd get canceled if one slipped out and somebody got on.
Oh,
video.
if you said it just like referring to a time someone said, if you say it in any context,
right?
You know, at all,
you're fucked.
Yeah.
He said it at a guy a billion times on video.
He really said it a lot.
And he
There's
said
no confusion.
I don't even want to repeat what he said.
Well, don't do that.
No, not the N-word, but he said 50 years ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
we'd have you hanging on a. We don't want to say it, on a tree with a fork up your butt.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what he said.
Yeah.
Well, now I've said it.
You said it, but it's okay because people know what he said. It's not, you know, with a fork up your ass. That's so crazy, and it just went right out.
Cancel Matt.
He just said it too. My God. Imagine being there that night when that happened. That had to be crazy. Imagine you're like taking a piss and you just hear that happen. You're like, who is saying that?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chappelle really helped him out with that, I think.
Well, Chappelle was like talking about it.
He was empathetic. He was
talked about
very kind.
He talked about it.
Very kind to Michael.
He's like, as a black man, that's wrong. That's wrong. As a comedian, I'm like, he's having a bad set. He's having a bad set. I like that.
Yeah. He was very kind.
I love Chappelle.
Yeah, dude. Me too.
What's this bird you got? Is that 3D printed or something?
It was a gift from my friend Zalata Cass, a very funny comedian in South Carolina.
That's cool.
For some reason, she had a bird. And all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, you got a cool bunch of. I guess you're a big Seinfeld fan.
Yeah, this was my birthday gift for my 35th year old. It was
Oh, that's great.
Little People.
Little People. Yeah.
Little
People.
Kept it in the box.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's cream. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, man. I'm obsessed with Seinfeld. Is there any show or movie or like cultural thing you are obsessed with?
The Sopranos.
Sopranos. Okay.
I love.
Sell me on The Sopranos. Why is The Sopranos?
The Sopranos. Well, it's just because it has everything. It's like it's about this. It's about a mob boss who is a family man. So like, and he's in therapy.
Yes.
That was the main selling point, was that he is this violent mobster who is dealing with depression and panic attacks. So he goes to a therapist. And so there's that whole aspect of his life. And then he has a wife, he has kids. And then he's also a fucking murderer who like and all the friends he has, you know, and all the people that work for him, they're all just the worst people on the planet, but they're hilarious and they're Italian. Hey, yo, and like you root for them, and they're the worst people in the world. They steal, they rob, they hurt people, and it's got everything. It's got comedy, it's got drama, it's got action. And you get to a point where like you care about the characters so much, especially Tony Soprano. They humanize him so much, and it's also because James Gandolfini, the guy who plays Tony Soprano, it's one of the best performances ever. He's believable as that character every second of every show.
Wow.
And it's just, I mean...
And it's set out here, right? It's set here.
It's in New Jersey.
New Jersey.
It's in New Jersey.
Yeah.
It's just, it's the best show. People who love it, like me, like you just throw on any episode and I'll watch it. It's like, it's just one of those shows.
Now, if you're watching it for the first time, is it best to go chronologically, episode 1 to the end?
Oh, yeah. It's a linear story. It's a linear story.
Okay.
And you know, he has kids. They grow up throughout the show.
How many seasons?
6.
6 seasons.
6 seasons. It's
okay.
really, it's my favorite show.
I tried to start it. I did. I think I got like a few episodes in and just kind of fizzled a little bit. But I do want to give it another shot. It's the same thing happened to me with Breaking Bad, and that's the other show that I like fucking love.
Yeah.
But
I'm watching Better Call Saul.
Are you?
Yeah,
dude, I finished Better Call Saul.
Yeah, I'm on the last season right now. It's very good.
It was a long haul, that show.
Very good. I love the guy Lalo.
Lalo.
Dude.
Oh my gosh.
I'm only like 4 episodes into the last season, excuse me.
Yeah.
And yeah, that guy.
Dude, Lalo to me is a great character.
That's a good villain.
He is so sinister, like,
yeah.
But he's funny and he's like goofy around people, but you know this guy is just a bad fucking dude.
Yeah, that's a real psychopath. It's not the guy who's flipping out. It's the guy who just smiles,
calm,
just smiles in
You're
your
like,
face.
this guy knows he's gonna.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm smiling now, but I'm gonna cut your tongue out later. Like that's
I was disappointed. Spoiler alert. Don't. Yeah, but I was disappointed.
I'm only 4 episodes into the 6th season.
Oh wait, you're not done.
No, I didn't finish it.
Okay, I was gonna mention something about Lalo.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
I will not spoil it for you.
I didn't finish. I didn't finish. Yeah, not for whoever's. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't finish it yet, but
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so good.
No, there's nothing. Yeah, never mind. I won't say what
just
takes place with Lalo.
Just don't.
Yeah.
Just don't do it. Don't do it. I'm really enjoying it. So. Yeah.
I almost just ruined.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, and it's Breaking Bad. Did you watch Breaking Bad?
I watched Breaking Bad. Yeah.
Yeah, that show to me was the best show I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You know, maybe Seinfeld was better, but different.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just fucking loved, I don't know, I think I loved it because it was a guy taking control of his own life. And I think that was something that a lot of guys resonate with.
Yeah, I mean,
you get a fork in the road of be a bitch.
Yeah.
And just accept his death. Or be like, fuck it, I'm going to take matters into my own hands.
Yeah, he really...
I can do chemistry, and my brother's in the DEA, and I got a student that knows how to deal drugs.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna fucking dive into this world.
That is crazy.
And
that
take control of my own fate.
That's what he jumped into. He was like, "Fucking, I'm dying. Like, I'm gonna fucking make crystal meth." That is so wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. No,
and that character transformation to me was also believable. Like the Sopranos guy, it sounds like he was believable, and it's incredible that they made it believable for him to go from Mr. Chips to Scarface, as Vince Gilligan said.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, well, and that's Bryan Cranston said. He's like, The Sopranos is like, without Tony Soprano, there's no Walter White.
Right.
Because they're the same kind of character. They're
a
guy who's doing this horrible, all these horrible things so that he can provide for his family.
Yeah.
So he's an anti-hero who's, fucking kills people, and sells drugs or whatever, but so he can,
Now in The Sopranos, his wife is in on it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like they're all aware of the life.
Oh, yeah. No, his wife
living.
is like, she tries to be all like independent and pretend like she
turn a blind eye, sort of.
She tries to, make it seem like she's not complicit or enabling in any of what he does, but really she is. You know, she needs the lifestyle of having all the jewelry and the big house and the clothes and all
that
the
was
money.
one thing I kind of wanted to happen in Breaking Bad that never did, was I wanted Skyler to fucking get on board with what was going on, because like she could never get past like that it was morally wrong what he was doing, and she feared him. And even when she went along with it because she realized she was fucked, and she kind of had to, like when they were running the car wash together and stuff, like she was like, she had to play along, but she never like loved him the same. Yeah. She never, like, she hated him. Like, I would like for her to like be aroused by it. Like,
I like
or like stand by your man kind of shit.
Yeah. Well, like she kind of, they do at one point in the show. She kind of,
sort of.
Yeah, she kind of does at one point. Well, there's Ozark. I don't know if you ever watched that.
Ozark.
Ozark is I mean, it's like it's almost the same thing. It's kind of the same thing as Breaking Bad. He launders money for the cartel. It's all.
I could not get into Ozark.
It was good. I liked it. But the wife, Laura Linney, she's like completely in it with him. Like it's the same thing. I don't know. But I like shows that put me like where I'm constantly thinking what I would do. In that situation. Did you ever watch Westworld?
Some, yes. I think I've seen season 1.
The first season of Westworld, I was locked in because I'm constantly thinking, like, if I was at Westworld and you gave me a gun and, like, would I just be a fucking robbing banks and killing people, or would I be like a good guy? Or like whatever? I know
in Westworld, none of the people are alive, right?
Well, yeah.
Then they play with that theme of like are they conscious beings because they're so sophisticated technologically?
The gun doesn't go off if it's aimed at an actual human being. It only will shoot a robot. Like, right. And the people who are human, they're wearing certain things that let you know.
Yeah.
But I like, because I'd like to think like like you want to think I'd be a good guy, but nah, dude. If you sent me to Westworld, I would be a fucking demon. Like
it's a fascinating question.
It's like I'm gonna just be straight up. I would be a fucking demon. Like I don't know what that says about me as a human being.
I don't know, dude. I think it's natural.
Yeah,
dude, you have that same impulse when you play Grand Theft Auto. It's how are you gonna be when you play Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah.
I remember as a kid playing Grand Theft Auto. That was the most exciting game to play as a child because you're like, dude, I could just fucking take a baseball bat to a pedestrian on the street,
and it's hilarious. And I'm just getting the cops are gonna chase me, and I get stars for you literally get
gold stars. The same thing you get in school.
Just send the whole police force at me. I'm gonna shoot them, and I'm gonna
bring it on.
I'm gonna just get in a chase.
Fuck you, cops.
And you don't know. I mean. They, and that was the whole thing. It was like
that was our favorite thing.
Do games make kids violent? And it's like I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It might give you some ideas though. Like like if I when I was watching Power Rangers, I definitely wanted to kick some ass. You know what I mean? Like when I watch wrestling or whatever. And I had a little brother, so I was just doing wrestling moves to my little brother. So I don't know. Like I don't know.
I think it's harmless, but it is interesting.
Yeah.
I remember that was like, oh my gosh, that was my version of getting in trouble or like mischief.
Yeah.
Yeah. Christian school, but we would play it at sleepovers.
Yeah.
And then you try to find hookers and
hookers,
stick to business.
You do what you do, and then you run them over. Yeah. Then you kill the hooker after you fuck him.
And take your money back.
And then get your money back. And that's, And then it was a foolproof thing. You can do that every time. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, my God, and it's still like one of the biggest games in the world. They're still playing that.
Yeah, there's big controversy with Grand Theft Auto right now.
The
like
new one,
GTA 6. They're like leaks of it, but they're like not saying when it's actually going to come out. And people have been waiting so long. Like I'm not a big gamer, but. Yeah. I
mean, lately I'm not as much, but I have my games that like I like Spider-Man and stuff. Like I have.
You like a Spider-Man video?
Yeah. Like and like when a good game comes out, I play it, but like I don't just play all the time. You know, it's like it's kind of hard to when you're trying to like do comedy and shit. I feel like you're just you can't like. That's like when I start like if I'm playing video games all the time, I'm like fuck, I need to be. Need to be out there.
I might need to get into gaming because Alex, Alex Tomaselli.
No.
He did it. Well, he did a podcast with us. He's a good dude, but he and Steven, this other guy, they talked about they're playing Fortnite, and they still do play Fortnite. Like they'll have Fortnite sessions.
Yeah,
and it's like I don't know.
Well, there's also streaming too. So like I always think about like video games. Like I like to play video games. Why don't I stream? I'm a comedian, so I could just be funny while I play video games. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm at this weird point like right now where I want to do one more. It's like either podcast or voice acting or something like that.
Yeah,
because I have the equipment. Like I want. Yeah, I want to get into that.
Yeah,
because like I have a friend. He works for Skull Candy, the headphones company, and he's like they just made like they made like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle style headphone, like it's green and everything because like a show just came out or some shit. And he's like, we needed a guy to voice act for this Instagram ad that we made for these new headphones.
Yeah, you got a good voice for that.
And they paid this guy like fucking $400 just to be like, try the new Skull Candy Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle headphones, like to just like and kick some butt or whatever. And they paid him $400 just to do that.
Yeah,
you know, and it was like a minute long clip.
Shit, yeah, dude.
Yeah, so.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah,
would be interesting to do
for sure. I'd be interested in something. I need something else to. You know?
I always wanted to do that voice act and like cartoons and shit like that. So
I got a person in that industry.
Yeah,
I could not call in a favor, but
okay, that's fine. That's fine.
No, it's my mom's cousin. His name's
Kif
Vandenheuvel. He went out to L.A. and he's got a lot of very successful. He has done a lot of voice acting. He was on an episode of Parks and Rec.
Really?
Yeah, as an actor. He's been in a lot of commercials. He was in a Disney Channel show. In a lot of voice stuff. A lot of... Fuck, what was he in? I want to say, like, Lego movie stuff? I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But he's he does so many voices. He's so talented. Like, he's worked on... impressions and things like that, and he's very versatile. So now I think he's like in his 50s, and but a working guy in LA.
Yeah,
I mean,
that. I mean, now
I'm too embarrassed to admit, because I was like an open mic comic, and like and I think my grandpa has mentioned to him that one of his grandsons is in New York doing stand-up comedy, and he's like, oh, good, yeah, that's good. He's got a long road ahead of him.
Fuck.
And I was supposed to be like, hey.
But now that he's in his 50s, he probably has a lot of credits too. He gets a lot of work.
Yeah, Kif Vandenheuvel, if anybody's Googling
Vandenheuvel.
it. Yeah, he's the man.
Yeah.
So
that's great.
Yeah. But anyway, dude. Almost went 2 hours.
Yeah.
This is
really,
good,
really
dude.
broke it in, dude.
Yeah.
This was fun.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I appreciate you staying longer than we normally.
I'm down. I'm always down. This was really fun.
Yeah.
It was fun to have a good conversation like this.
For sure.
Yeah.
Anything you want to plug or shout out before?
Matt Will Miller on Instagram. Matt Will Miller on Instagram. And if you're in Brooklyn Friday, you should come to
this Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, this won't be out by then.
Okay. Well, Matt Will Miller on Instagram. Follow your boy.
What's that show?
Oh, it's the Tight Pants.
Oh,
guys.
shit, yeah.
Yeah. It's this place in Brooklyn. I don't know. I'd probably do it again.
Yeah, follow Tight Pants Comedy, by the way, in general, because they do a lot of great shows. The two producers there, what are their names?
John Bennett and Kyle Wayne.
John Bennett and Kyle Wayne. That Halloween show they did, oh my fucking God.
Oh, yeah, John's so funny.
John went up there as Mr. Peanut.
John Bennett, yeah. Kyle Wayne on Instagram and John Bennett, Big Throws on Instagram. So fucking funny. Yeah. But, it's at this place, the Boardroom in Williamsburg. But, yeah, so, that'll be fun. They're good guys, man, and they put me on, so.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Yeah, follow Matt. It's hilarious. And you put your shit on your stories, too, so if people...
put it on there for people. Yeah, I got to get some clips, some more clips.
Do you have any clips on right now?
I have a few clips out there from Broadway Comedy Club.
Yeah.
And a few other ones on there from...
Like you did a showcase show?
Yeah, I did one of those. I did the Industry Room show.
What is the dynamics of that again? You got to bring...
You got to bring 5-6 people. It's good. Like, I probably would have done it. It was like when I came back after like 8 months of comedy and I was like, I need to do a show or whatever. And you do 5 minutes, and then if they like you, they'll give you like 5 spots, and then, if you do like, all right, they give you 2. They gave me 2, and so, which was fine. One of the shows was so good that I did. But if I could do it again, I probably would have waited.
And none of those spots, you get tapes from all of them? Can you request that you get tapes from the additional ones? That
they tape all their shows, and then you can tape. You can use your phone too. They don't care.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun. And then I have some from other shows too. Some shows I did on Long Island a while ago. But yeah, I want to get some more modern ones up there. But yeah.
Good shit, dude.
Good stuff, dude.
Well, thanks for coming, man.
Dude, thanks for having me.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. See you next time.
Peace.
Once that day was done, ain't got no more bows to run. Once that day was done.